Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today is Wednesday, so it's time for my Facebook Live and YouTube Live quick class. And so this week we are making a card with the Wisteria Wishes bundle. I always say Wisteria Wonder. I don't know if anybody remembers that color. It wasn't that long ago that we had it, Wisteria Wonder. But no, it's uh, Wisteria Wishes bundle. I did a bundle class on this sometime last year, and if anybody's interested in that tutorial to make 5 cards uh, with all the instructions, just let me know and we can see what we can do about that. So, but for today, we're going to make a card that I made in a class last month. I have my classes coming up this week and next week. Well, actually, throughout the month. My monthly Stamp a Stack is this Friday and Saturday. My Friday morning class is full, but I still have room in my Friday evening and Saturday morning classes. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. And then, of course, I have my bundle class next week, which you had to register for last month, but I also have information about my class for next month, which I'm very excited about. It's around the bend for next month. And so if that's something you're interested in, please take a look at my newsletter and or just DM me and I will get you that information. In addition, this week is the deadline for my Zoom card class. And for my Zoom card class, I am currently, this is what I've been doing for the last, I did it all morning, is getting ready for the class. And let me show you quickly a few of the cards that, well, all 3 cards that we'll be doing. We make 6 cards in that class, 2 each of 3 designs. And so here's a little preview for you. This is our first one. Isn't that fun? Using the specialty paper, which you can't see here, but it's got a little bit of, oh, there you go, a little outlining, some shimmer on there. So it's very fun. It's a Get Well card. And I don't know if you can see, but I've used the raindrop embossing folder, so that was fun too. So that's one of the cards for my Zoom class. The second one is a fun one. Oopsie, using this designer series paper is among the it's part of the hostess pack of papers that we have in the main catalog. So that means that's going to be retiring at the end of April. So I said, oh boy, I better start using some of that paper. So it uses uh, um, we have just one little piece of the DSP, but I like the way that it coordinates with the other colors in it. And I think this is a really cool layout, the way that we have this raised circle and then the word overlaps the circle and goes underneath. This is from a sketch from, I believe, Mary Fish. So you get to make that card. And then lastly, we're using, oh, this is not in very good shape because I've been editing it a little bit, but this is the card from Around the Bend. And again, I'm going to be doing a bundle class on this next month, but this gives me an opportunity to talk about the Around the Bend set and how I do uh, I the bundle class is you purchase the bundle, obviously, and with that, I send you automatically the supplies and instructions for 5 cards, not including this one. This one is for the Zoom class only and uses some other pieces. So anyway, that's a preview of the cards for the Zoom class and what I've been working on. So let's go and jump over and let's make the card with the Wisteria Wonder bundle. Here we go. So as we come over here, we're going to take a piece of Highland Heather, which I also often call Wisteria Wonder because we used to have a purple that was kind of similar to this, and it was called Wisteria Wonder, but it is Highland Heather. And I've just folded that in half. I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock and put that in the center, as I always like to do when the color is a little bit darker, so that way you can use any pencil or pen on the inside and you'll be able to see it. So that is just something I always do on my cards. And plus, I think it gives it a nice finish. Some people like to stamp the inside. I have enough trouble stamping the outside, so that's what I end up doing. I usually leave the inside blank. Okay, so that's our card base. Very simple. Now let's take another piece, same size, of that basic white cardstock. And I didn't show you the stamp set and the dies, so let's take a look at that. Here is the stamp set, and as you can see, it has various components, and we can make wisteria that hangs down from a branch, and that's what we're going to do today. But we can also make, I think they're called hyacinths, but I might be wrong, and if you know the correct name of those flowers, please let me know. But they flip, if you flip this over, and you can put them on the top here, so that makes a different flower. Again, I'm not positive, but I think they're called hyacinths. And this is actually two-step. So we'll be stamping these, and then we're going to put some detail on using this one, which fits over each of these individually. Has a couple of nice sentiments and some extra leaves that you can use when making your branches. We're just going to use the one. So, and we also have this part of the bundle, the dies. Now I like to keep my dies in the box when they fit, and you can see I really haven't used them very much, but this is what they look like. I have a funny story to tell you about these dies, which is one of the reasons I haven't really used them much, but you can make lots of different combinations of the flowers. Here's some detail. These are nice big ones as opposed to the smaller ones that we're using on our stamps, and they do coordinate with these. You can have them hanging from a vine here or here. You see how that you would attach them here, or you can have them as the hyacinths. These look like corn stalks to me, but anyway, you cut out the corn stalks and then you put the flowers on top, and they make some very pretty flowers. So that is the bundle. So let's go ahead and get started. What I like to do first is I'm using Pear Pizzazz here, and I am going to stamp the leaves across the top. And let's see, I'm going to come to the edge. You see I'm hanging off the edge over here a little bit, just so that it's going to go across the card. And again, I'm going to stamp that so it comes across. Now, I pointed it out earlier, but we have these stems, and you can have that. I could have turned it a little bit more to make them straighter, which would have probably been better, but you get the idea of what we're trying to get there. So here we go. So now that we have our leaves, and that's just a single step, we're going to take these wisteria, and with the lighter color, also called Highland Heather, which is our lighter purple, I'm going to go ahead and just line these up on the stems, and you can see that they are meant to go together. And you can stamp all three at once. And I shook the whole table on that one. Not sure why. Here we go. So now we have our beautiful wisteria hanging down. I'm going to go ahead and put that away. For the second step of the two-step stamping, which is a signature Stampin' Up term, which is where you stamp in a lighter color and then you stamp with a darker color, making the second step. You can also go the other way around, stamp the darker one and then the lighter one, but I prefer doing it this way. You can see by adding this, it looks like texture, right, being added to this flower. It's kind of like magic. It makes it look like a whole different thing. So here we go. So I'm going to oh, it's always something, right? Okay, so hopefully we're back here. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And this color I didn't mention was Gorgeous Grape. And so this is the darker color that goes with the lighter Highland Heather. So that's a perfect combination, in my opinion. And I believe that's how it was designed. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more to this. And by what we're going to do is to take our Highland Heather and we're going to open it up again, and I'm going to grab one of our new smaller blending brushes. Now, I think I've used blending brushes before, but I'm going to, the ones that I used before were the larger ones. And this one, by using the smaller one, you get a little bit more control over where you're putting your color. So as I've done, you tap, tap, tap on your ink pad, then you tap off a little bit just to get some of that excess off. And I'm just putting a very light coating of the Highland Heather, and you can see, it's hard to see on the camera, but I promise we're getting a little bit of the purple in the background, but nothing, we don't want it to look, like if you use a sponge, you kind of get you get a little bit more color that way, which is nice sometimes, but I just wanted just very subtle in the background. So we've got a little bit of that Highland Heather in the background, and then I'm going to do the same with the green with the Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to use another brush. So what I do with my brushes is I keep each brush has a color family, so I won't necessarily use this for Pear Pizzazz all the time, but I will use it just on the greens that I have. So I'm going to tap it off, and then come over here and kind of fill in some of that. I mean, otherwise it's kind of stark white, and I wanted just to soften it up a little bit, that background. So you can see that you get a little bit, see, you can see it if I hold it closer to the camera. You can see kind of a hue around it, around what was stamped. And that way it gives more of a flowing design. Now, when I made my sample, I used a little bit more so you can see how we got more color on there. All right, so that's what I was looking to do. So let's go ahead and attach this to the front of the card. And again, I'm just using my regular Stampin' Seal to do so. I'll lay that down. And I'm going to take a strip of the Highland Heather. And for some reason, I like this this technique lately, which is, I just don't have a lot of the right color ribbon recently, and I don't know why that is. I feel like I keep buying ribbon, and I never have the right color when I want it. And so instead of ribbon, I'm just using a piece of paper, and it gives the same effect. So here I just put a strip of ribbon or strip of cardstock across the bottom. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment on a piece of Whisper White, and I'm using these decal rectangles. And I don't know, when I purchased them a while ago, I think I forgot about them. And this gives, remember back, not that long ago, but especially in scrapbooking, we had a lot of those specialty scissors that gave a decal edge, and that just kind of means it looks like it's perhaps a torn edge, but we call that deckled. And so you can see it comes in various sizes of rectangles, and I'm just going to use the smallest one and cut out from a piece of basic white cardstock, the very smallest one, and it comes out and it looks like this. So you see how the edges have a little bit of texture. So you can see it, and it's not smooth, okay? It's decal. So I'm going to take a sentiment, Thinking of You. This is from a different stamp set, and I'm drawing a blank which one, but it's Thinking of You. And I'm going to stamp it in the Gorgeous Grape, sorry. Glorious Grape would work well too, right? And I'm going to attach that to the card front with dimensionals. Don't hesitate to use the sides of your dimensionals once you use up all the little hexagons in the middle. And that's what I'm using here, is just the edge. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that over here. So not in the center, but off to the right side. So here we have that. And then I'm going to take our Glossy Dots assortment, and these are the purple ones from that assortment. There are, let's see, 4 different colors. I'm going to show you. I don't have all 4 colors anymore because I've been using them up, but this is in the main catalog, and you get these 4 different colors. The yellow ones I highly recommend because those are great for the centers of flowers. I do that all the time. Um, and we've used on other projects during classes the rest of the colors, so we're using the purple ones today. And again, they're called Glossy Dots Assortment, and they come, I believe they're $8 a package, and there are 180 different ones. So what does that make? A bunch in each color. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to take that off of the sheet that we have here. I happen to have one last one on this sheet, so I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to place it here, and I'll use a small one. So it comes in, there are 3 different sizes, and I'm just going to kind of bring them around the card in a triangle pattern. So here we have our triangle, and those, look how shiny they are. They're glittery and shiny. So that's our card for today. So not too difficult. Again, if you're interested in a tutorial of 5 cards, please contact me. I believe that they are for sale for just $3 if you want that tutorial. Something I'm trying to get into. I have all these tutorials and I need to get them out there, right? And so that's how I'm going to start, with $3 for the bundle tutorial only. Okay, so that's how you would get that. And if you have any questions, thank you, Carol. I'm glad you like it. Nice to see you today. Anyway, that is our card for the day. So let's see, let me pop back over just so I can say goodbye. There I am. And again, if you're interested in any of my classes, please be sure to get back to me. The deadline for the Zoom classes is Friday, and the end of the month is the deadline for the Around the Bend bundle classes. So, and again, Stamp Stack Friday and Saturday. So hopefully I'll get to see you sometime soon. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.